This is a quick review of rhetorical situation, especially for those who may have been absent from class, or if you ever need this in the future, just as a refresher on what the different aspects of the rhetorical situation are. The point of understanding the rhetorical situation and this diagram is to recognize that no text is created in a vacuum. You're never starting a conversation as a speaker. You're always entering a pre existing conversation or joining multiple conversations together. So, this diagram is probably something that you may have even seen before. And this speaker, message, and audience are things that you're used to from previous English classes. Remember that the message is the speaker's position on the topic. So, it's a combination of the speaker's position and the topic. It's not just the topic itself. And over here, audience, keep in mind that we have primary, secondary, and unintended audiences for most pieces. But the primary audience is usually the one that you're most concerned with, either when you're the speaker or when you're analyzing a text or a prompt for the rhetorical situation. Secondary audience indicates someone that the speaker was aware of who might interact with their message, and unintended audiences are people that the speaker didn't know of or who the speaker wouldn't want to interact with the message. But what's really most crucial for you and how we move this to a more advanced level is we're going to be more concerned with these black boxes. The black boxes are going to show us the relationships between two of the corners. The corners are familiar to you, but the relationships between them are what is most crucial in your analysis or in your creation of text when you're the speaker. So the relationship between the speaker and the message is called the exigence. The exigence is the event that causes the speaker to share the message. If it were a narrative, we would call it the inciting incident. So, for example, if someone posts on social media right after a verdict in court that they didn't like, we would probably call the verdict the exigence. It's the event that caused the speaker to want to share the message. This is probably a new word for you, which means you're going to want to pay particular attention to it. It's the one that's most likely to try and escape your memory. The relationship between the audience and the message is called the context. This is what the audience already knows, thinks, feels, and believes about the topic. What you have to remember is that whatever you're talking about, your audience has some preconceived notions or they're predisposed to think a certain way about that topic. So your message has to consider where the audience is coming from. They already have opinions. They are not blank slates for you or any speaker to fill up. So you have to consider what's the context, the relationship that the audience already has with the message. And finally, the last relationship is between the speaker and the audience. This relationship is called the purpose. So it's what the speaker wants the audience to believe or do as a result of hearing their message, or what they want the audience to believe or do about the topic that they're sharing their position on. Lots of people mistake this word purpose as just the speaker's goal, but it has to be the speaker's goal for the audience. If you forget the audience part, then you end up saying something like the speaker's purpose is to share her story. That may be what the speaker wants to do. That may be one of the speaker's goals, but it can't be the purpose because it doesn't tell me what does the speaker want from the audience. The speaker wants to share her story so that the audience believes racism is bad or votes against a particular law. There has to be some action or belief that the speaker is trying to create or get from the audience. This trips a lot of people up. Keep in mind that when you're the speaker, you should have a purpose in mind. When you start your message, then you're thinking, what do I want as a result of this message? And that result will be your relationship with the audience, the purpose that you intend for them. Remember, speaker, message, and audience are easy. We've encountered those before. Focus on the relationships, exigence, context, and purpose. That's it.